I got Uggs in my brain because I'm a little idiot. Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome.
I just had a vision of the dog in Uggs.
Hello, Lavender lads.
Anything I hate, I just think of it on my cute dog, and I like it again.
What about a Hitler mustache?
That would be so cute on her. We won't put it on, cutie. We'll take it off.
Stop putting a Hitler mustache on the dog, please. It's not funny.
Patchouli oil. Dripping it on the dog.
I love smearing my dog with patchouli oil and a Hitler mustache. Too bad Hitler didn't wear patchouli, then nobody'd wear patchouli anymore.
Too bad nobody has a sense of humor.
Yeah.
People got so mad when I made fun of You got so mad when I made fun of Burning Man. It just sounds dumb. I'm sure it's really cool.
I didn't get mad. I've never been to the playa. I think and everyone didn't get mad.
It's called El Playa.
If you look at the comments, I think they were pretty much against Burning Man, as I recall. I mean, there were some people who like it, but I think everyone.
Seems like everybody who loves Burning Man hasn't quite gone there yet.
Well, a friend of mine listened to the episode and said she was on her way there. Maybe she's listening to it right now at Burning Man. That'd be cool. Hi. What's happening? Maybe people are listening to this at Burning Man.
Duncan, why did Steve Jobs retire?
He got his feelings hurt.
By who?
I don't know. I just got the feeling he got his... I think the real reason is he's sick. Steve Jobs is sick. I tweeted that I had lunch with him, and he said he got his feelings hurt, and that's why he quit, because he was tired of getting his feelings hurt. And someone wrote back, "You asshole. He is dying." You're really protecting...
I mean, I don't think it's funny that he's dying, but...
No, that's sad. I mean, he's the wizard of our time. He's our Willy Wonka. We don't want him to go. It sucks. But, I mean, come on. I can do a fake lunch tweet without you calling me an asshole, whoever did that. You got to be pissed. I would never do that. I get people...
Can't someone, get him a new pancreas?
Well, I mean, you would probably have to put his brain in someone's body or something. You'd have to do some futuristic shit to transfer you'd have to do a brain transfer. I can't believe they haven't figured out how to do that yet.
A lobotomy?
No, a brain transfer. Like a transplant, a brain transplant. They can do heart transplants.
Oh, you know what happened in the Kennedys?
What?
They had a daughter. I forget her name. It was JFK's sister, but she was kind of slow. And they sent her to, a special school. And then someone said, well, maybe we could try this new lobotomy thing. So he's like, okay. And he, paid for it. And then she just never talked again.
Yeah, that was a big...
She was just, always in the corner.
Can you believe people do that? Can you believe that happened?
Ethel? No, wait. Her name was, I forgot. Unit? No, I forgot her name. But, yeah. Can you imagine? You're just in the 40s, you're get her a lobotomy.
Well, you didn't really know what it was. They thought it was a miracle
Exactly.
cure. You were just scraping the front of someone's brain. You were severing something up there.
She couldn't even talk after that.
Yeah, it's really crazy to think that there's people probably right now that are lobotomized.
Does that still happen?
Oh, we'll just randomly cut your brain. Yeah, it still happens. They shove a spoon up your nose and they rub it against the front of your brain.
And what is it? Scrape off the bad?
Yeah. Everybody has on the front of their brain a clump of bad. And it's really tricky, but if you can scrape it off, you become a good person. But if you go too deep, their soul dies. So that's science. But yeah, they scraped away a lot of bad and a lot of good. But that's what they would do. They would use the spoon and they would just cleft off like getting a little bit of cheese. They would just cleft off the very top of the brain. They just get that bad chunk off, slap it out of your nose, and then send you into electroshock therapy.
Let me ask you something.
Yes, ma'am.
Where do you think comedy comes from? Because I feel like every time you make fun of something, you, in general, anyone, there's always someone who's like, that is not funny.
Yeah, I was just reading this that awesome
But
book.
where does it come from
I was
then?
reading that Oscar Wilde book. What's it called? Art criticism or
The critic as
the
artist.
critic as artist. It's really cool. And he was writing some terse letter about Dorian Gray to someone, reminding them that ethics and art, they don't meet. There's no meeting place there. You can't apply, like, you can't. The way I see it, something can be distasteful and funny. But because something's distasteful doesn't mean it can't be funny. Like, some people think if something's offensive, therefore it's not funny.
Or if something's serious, therefore it's not funny. Like Steve Jobs is sick.
Yeah, too soon. You mean the two sooners. Too soon, too soon, too soon, too soon. Amy Winehouse. Remember that when Amy Winehouse?
Yeah, why is it too soon?
Oh, when Amy Winehouse bit the bucket, there was like this wave of people making fun of the fact that she died. And then there were these terse Winehouse fans posting these morose Facebook passages.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if that's the best example.
Sure, it's a perfect example.
Right.
Winehouse like died. People made fun of her. I can't remember. I don't think I did. People made fun of her. And, you know, a lot of the tweets that when people were making fun of her they were all stupid. I'm not saying they were all great or anything, but it's really funny when I think actually Eddie Pepitone wrote on Facebook something like, fuck your bullshit Amy Winehouse sentiment or something like that. It was so funny and so perfectly said because you know what? I think it's more offensive to leave some melancholy, somber message to a dead person. First of all, they ain't checking Twitter. And it's always to them, we'll miss you, Amy.
You don't think you check your @ replies in heaven?
No, no, but people act like it. That's the thing, man. When people use Twitter and there's like, you know, zillions of people and they use it to talk to the dead, but really you're just like, you want to show people that you have this kind of tender side. It's exhibitionism. It's kind of gross.
The thing about judgment, which is interesting, is that sometimes you judge something to illuminate a greater point. So you're almost using the thing to prove a point, which might not be exactly right, but it is one way to look at things and then hopefully make it funny. That's why I don't get the whole, like, you're so judgmental. How can you? But then some things are fine to judge. We can judge people who, you know, we can judge Republicans or we can judge, you know, dicks from the Jersey Shore. Like, some things are okay to judge, but then, like, you know, certain things, like, aren't cool to judge. And this is stupid. It's easy to be judgmental.
Yes.
It's essential.
Being judgmental.
In some ways. It's nice to not be. And, of course, whenever you think you hate someone and you meet them, you always think they're cool. But in terms of comedy,
Yeah.
to prove points, I don't think it's bad to just make fun of something.
Define judgment.
Putting someone in a corner as being only that.
Putting someone in a cubbyhole.
Yeah.
I think judging people can be fun. It's just when it becomes habitual, it's like you narrow your universe.
Exactly. You don't want to narrow your universe.
Yeah, you don't want to like slim everything down to that one little thing. And also,
or your choices. You don't want to make your life smaller than it has to be.
And we're dealing with the observer effect now. We're dealing with like what Robert Anton Wilson calls your reality tunnel. He says everybody's experiencing these different reality tunnels. And in quantum physics, they're finding that the observer affects the outcome. So when you start judging everything in a harsh light, I think that you do create a gravity that makes the universe move in that direction. Because whenever I'm around, like, because I will get around a person and realize that they've marked me as something, like they've decided that they've judged me. They've decided, okay, this is who this person is. And I'll feel myself becoming that thing. I'll feel myself getting pulled into the gravity of the judgment, and actually my behavior is shifting to become the thing that they think I am.
That you're not.
Right, which is why...
Which is a limitation, it limits you.
It limits you, but the opposite is true too. When you get around someone really cool, and you realize that they've judged you in the super positive way and they just think you're incredible.
You become better.
You become better. So it's like, in that way, judgment can be ultimately just a negative effect on you.
I agree.
That being said, as a comedic device, fuck yeah. I mean, you can't, like, when you're writing jokes, you can't think, oh, whose feelings is about gonna hurt? Let's say that.
That's the problem.
Yeah, but you just have to think, am I doing this just in my jokes, or am I just surrounded by shit? If you're surrounded by a shit storm, if you're seeing all around you, everything sucks, everything's shit, everything's foul, everything's bad, then, you know, I think you're seeing more of a projection of something that's in the very center of the lens of your heart. You know, like when a bit of dust gets in the camera and the projector, dust gets in the projector, or a hair gets in the projector, and you see it on the screen, and all you see is that thing zipping around. That's what it is for some people. They're looking at something inside them in the universe. That's what Fritz Perls, Gestalt therapist, says. Check him out. You know, he says it's all a projection of yourself. Everything's a projection. All of it's some part of yourself you haven't forgiven, some part of yourself you haven't let go of, some part of yourself that you don't want to admit's there.
Do you think we can still call this a comedy podcast?
Yeah. I think it's still a comedy podcast. Who cares? By the way, fuck comedy.
I know something about our podcast. Like,
fuck comedy.
I just want to be, as an exercise, I'm trying to just be very honest.
We don't even call it comedy anymore. It's in the arts section. I don't call it comedy anymore. I'm sick of comedy. Comedy. Oh, yeah. Let's come up with a good zinger. With polished fucking sets. You see these people on stage prancing around with their polished zingers. Give me something real. It's like Bill.
Oh, you got a polished zinger.
Yeah, okay, so what? I do. I guess I do. But I don't know. When you start thinking, everything gets all fucked up. Like when you sit down and try to like be funny, what's a worse predicament to be in when you find yourself trying to be funny around someone and you realize, oh shit, man, I'm working really hard to be funny here, and then you know you're just obnoxious. Funny is just who you are.
Do you know, in an attempt to not have to sit down and write jokes, I've taken up figure drawing, piano, tennis, rose gardening, decorating.
Natasha Leggero, I should spank you.
Anything.
I'm going to spank you so much
to not
soon.
have to sit down.
You need a spanking.
And write.
You need an art spanking. You do. You need a severe art spanking. Because
it's an art spanking.
A spanking.
Why?
Because you get on stage, and when you're headlining, you'll get on stage and you'll finally get to the place where you're not thinking about your material, and then you become like in the moment, and you're improvising with people in the audience, and it's fucking hilarious. And the problem with you is you want to control everything. You want to, you can't trust that greater thing that is you. So you're trying to, get in the way of that thing, and it creates all this awful pressure, and that's why the jokes don't come. It's like, the jokes come from when the pressure's lifted. You know, like the rare moments when
the bong is set down.
Yeah, the bong is set down, and the playa is filled with the sculptures of the artist, and the man burns. You gotta let go, because that's what's funny. To me.
I just realized Burning Man. It's about burning the man.
What did you think it was?
I never thought about it.
Are you fucking kidding me? What did you think it was?
I thought it was a place where people who have always lived next to me go to hang out and listen to techno music in the sand.
Okay, it is.
I didn't realize that they burnt the man. The man. The metaphorical man.
It represents
Burn the man.
Our place in the universe. We're all the Burning Man.
Well, all I know is when I lived in an apartment, the women who went to Burning Man got so much sand in the washer that it ruined 2 pairs of my jeans.
Bullshit.
They did.
Bullshit.
It was that woman, that fat woman with the long red hair. Can we edit that out?
She didn't go to Burning Man.
Yes, she did.
She wouldn't survive 2 days out there.
She went there
She
with her
would've
friend.
popped like a baked potato.
The one with 6 cats.
Get out of here.
She went there.
Well,
And she goes every year.
you know what was the surprising thing is in the last Burning Man.
They should call it Burning the Man.
I can't believe Burning Man's carrying over into this, but in the last episode, it's fascinating to me because is the picture. It's like these two, like, I tried to find your tramps, Burning Man tramps, but it's like naked girls with like shaved pussies. And people really liked it. A lot of guys were like, oh, they're hot. Those girls are hot. I think it's because their pussies were shaved.
I'm sure they were young, hot chicks. I mean, neither of them had anything covering their nipples.
There's something shocking about a shaved vagina.
I wouldn't know.
Me either. There's something shocking. It's like crazy when you...
I got a bikini wax once, like a Brazilian bikini wax.
Yeah.
It hurt. Like, okay, here's what happened. You have no idea the pain. And then the last swipe that she took off, I like jerked my leg. Next thing I know, like 3 hours later, I'm at Tiger Lily at a show, and my toe starts swelling. I have to take off my shoe. Now I'm limping. I pulled my like 2 of my toes, and so I couldn't walk for 3 days.
That's hot. Limping around with that shaved pussy.
And I remember I was going to New York the next day, and I don't think I got crutches, but if I had a cane, I would have used it.
Like a wounded war veteran with a shaved bush. You should shave it again.
Hell no.
Let's get that thing shaved down.
Fuck that. I'm not going to shave it for the man.
Shave it for the Burning Man.
Hell no.
Come on.
Burning Man.
Every time I hear Burning Man now, I think of Bernie Madoff. That's the problem. It like fucks up my thought. Every time I hear it, I think of Bernie Madoff. It's so close to Burning Man. It's weird, but...
What were we talking about?
We're talking about getting that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pussy.
Duncan.
Waxed
Stop it.
down.
Your mom listens to this.
No, she doesn't. I doubt she paid for an episode. Hi, Mom.
Yeah,
So-
our parents. Oh, this is good. Our parents won't be able to figure out how to use PayPal.
Yeah. My mom can't use PayPal.
My
I can
mom
say what it
can't
creates a
open
force
an
field.
attachment.
It creates a force field.
The only thing my mom knows how to do is forward me a shit email on the computer.
Yeah, the only people listening to this are the Lavender lads. A fine group of champs.
So do you have some advice for the lads, Duncan? What do you do when you hate your job and every minute's torture and you're trying to be in the moment? I mean, it's hard enough being in the moment when you're picking flowers or practicing piano or on stage, performing. How do you do it when you hate your job?
Well, I will tell you. The first component, you've got to trust the universe. You've got to know that you're destined for really good things. You're part of this expanding super consciousness that's filled with
Was everyone
beauty.
destined for really good things?
Yes. Yeah, no matter what. I mean, I'm not saying the particular body that you're in is destined for great things, but the molecules that are going to become part of something awesome, like a great statue or a... No, you are part of this incredible thing that's happening right now. People forget that. They get stuck in these fucking cubby holes, man. You get caught in these cubby holes. You disempower yourself. You don't realize the brain that you have is the exact same brain.
But you have bills to pay.
It always works out. It's just scary, but it always works out. You gotta go with the flow. Let yourself be part of the moment. Because the thing about it is this: if you're out of the moment, you're not going to handle your problems any better than if you're in the moment. You're not going to react to the situations that are unfolding in front of you And the best way that you can react to your problems is via the present moment, not being caught up in your head or scared shitless. It's by getting in that moment. That's why when people who save kids, like you hear these stories about, a kid's drowning and somebody jumps in the lake and grabs them. Like the lady who I used to study Zen with would tell this story to explain what enlightenment was, or her idea of what enlightenment was. And people take issue with the idea of even trying to explain enlightenment. But she said that, no, actually it wasn't enlightenment. She was saying this is what compassion is. And she said that this kid had fallen in an icy water off a bridge, and this guy jumped in and swam in the icy water and pulled the kid out. The guy could have died. Didn't die, pulled the kid out. And people were like, "You're a hero." And he's like, "No, I'm not. I didn't even know I did it." He's like, "I didn't even know I did it. I just did it. But I didn't know. I didn't think about it. He didn't think. He just did it." He wasn't there. His ego wasn't in that moment. He became a greater part of the healing force of the universe that wanted that kid to stay alive. He was possessed by this force in the universe that fixes problems. The wind of evolution, the maker's wind, the wind of life. That went through him, and he jumped into that lake, pulled the kid out, and then he's shocked that people are saying he's a hero. That is the mode to get into with everything, to get into that place.
But not everybody would have done that.
Not everybody would have done that. It's true. And some people would have thought about it and the kid would have died. So it's like, that it's like just letting yourself go into that place where you're like, you just are giving up. I think Aleister Crowley has this creepy little essay he wrote about the Holy Grail and how that, it's this, because he's so esoteric and weird, and I think I was really stoned when I read it, but he's just talking about how...
Well, he was more stoned when he wrote it.
Yeah, he was...
I tried reading that in college, and it was like...
Crowley?
"Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law."
He's intense.
Like, he said that like every other sentence.
He's an intense fella.
Well, it scared me.
Influenced a lot of people. The beast. He was the beast. But he...
What is the last... I need to look up the Diary of a Drug Fiend. I liked that end. Something about going up the crags.
But Crowley was...
If someone knows it, please post
Crowley
it.
was an ambitious son of a bitch.
I think anyone who's famous was.
Right.
And is.
Yeah, he was super ambitious. Like he
That's one thing I'm learning, because you'll see like Zen masters or like, religious people. It's like, but they're ambitious. It's like anybody is usually ambitious unless it's like a total accident.
How can you not be ambitious when you like what you're doing?
Right. Like you want people to see it.
Yeah. Now, what's gross is when people are ambitious and they don't like what they're doing. You know what I mean? When people are ambitious for ambition's sake, it's like it's cool when you run into someone and you realize they really love what they're doing. And that's why they're doing it. You run into someone who's like can't stop doing whatever, with directing or making shorts or, like they love it so much they don't want to stop. They're obsessed with it. That's fucking cool. What's creepy is when you see people who are ambitious and they hate what they're doing. Then you're like, what are you doing? You're just fucking digging your grave. You're an ambitious grave digger. You're fucking digging away. I can't stop digging for what? You hate everything you get. So those are two different types of ambition. One is awesome. The other is cancer. Cancerous and foul. That's gross. Like people who are like the good students. I'm going to do extra work for teacher. But they're not doing it because they want to do extra work. They're doing it to win the adoration of their fucking teacher or whatever. Or even worse, they've got some itch. Like when the dog chews at her pussy. And it's gross. And, her front...
What if they like their work?
Her front teeth chittering away. What if the dog likes chewing at her pussy?
Wait, please don't say that. She doesn't do that.
Yeah, she does.
No, she has something on...
Her teeth poke out. She looks like the alien.
Duncan, she does not do that.
That thing that would come out of the alien's mouth. That thing that would protrude.
That's because you put that mustache on her.
It's not because of my beard.
No, you put the Hitler mustache on her.
I put a Hitler mustache on my dog's pussy before I fuck her.
Duncan.
God. Don't go there. Don't go there. Not cool.
You should bring that back.
Not even for the Lavender lads. Don't go there. Too much information.
Oh, yeah, that was a big one.
Too much information. Thank you. No, thank you. Can I tell you about... I had an encounter today with a bitch. Can I tell you?
Why are you being so judgmental?
I'll tell you why. I'm walking the dog down by the river, and We're having a great time. Dogs chasing lizards.
And by the river, let's clarify the LA River, which is like an alley. It's like an alley that has a river running through it.
Festering hole.
So disgusting.
I love it. But it really
You
is.
make it seem like we live in this beautiful.
It's a festering hole. It like you go down there and you know you've hit the river.
Like if the gangway had some water.
But it smells like a million washing machines because it's all just washing machine runoff and chemicals. And you will see people fishing in those waters with a cooler next to them. With a cooler. What are you plucking out of that river? What are you fishing for? Diapers? It's a disgusting river. You see people letting their dogs run in it. I mean, maybe it's okay. There's beautiful.
We let our dog run in it.
We don't let her jump in the river. But there's beautiful birds down there. There's lizards down there. So it's a fun walk. Anyway, this lady's on a bike. And
by the river?
By the river.
There's not even a bike path. Well, the thing is, it's like someone tried to make it nice. Like there's some yoga signs like that are wooden and carved in. And like, you know, when they have like, this is the half-mile mark. Do a stretch. They have that, but then behind it is like a homeless person who's like set up like a bookcase and his whole couch and area, and he's like taking a shit right next to the sign, like hand. The sign. But it's scary for me to go there by myself because
you can't.
Every few feet there's like someone's apartment.
Basically, it's like someone started working.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Someone started working on the river right before Bush became president.
Totally.
And they just were like about to turn into this awesome thing. And then he's like, we're not going to build anything around that.
Hey, and if I was homeless, that'd be a nice place to drag my mattress.
Oh, yeah. It's a beautiful
You're in
place.
nature.
It's great.
So what happened? Who'd you see?
So this fucking lady, she's on her bike. And she's like a hardcore biker because she's wearing that Lycra shit, which I still to this day don't understand.
Why do they do that?
Why do you do it? Why do you squeeze into the Lycra? Like, I get the helmet and I think I get the shorts, but I don't get the top part with the funny, like, numbers. Like, why do you have a number on your shirt? You're on the LA River. You don't need to be identified. You're not in a... But it's like the whole thing. It's like an outfit. It's like a fetish thing. Some people like putting on rubber. Do you know about this? Like, some people love putting on rubber. They love wearing rubber stuff.
Yeah, I know about this.
Don't act like I like that. So let me just stop for a second and take a side path.
Oh, do you want to talk about my shaved pussy some more?
No, I want to talk about my friend.
God, I hope my mom.
My friend came up to me. He's like, dude, do you remember that time you told me that you like wearing diapers?
Who said that?
Red Band. And I'm like, no, I don't remember the time I told you I like wearing diapers because I never told you I like wearing diapers because I don't. Because like I like a lot of like crazy fetishy sex things. I like perverse things. I like crazy stuff. But the diaper things never appealed to me. But then I'm like,
the diaper thing, like that's like, you know, oh, well, some people
wear diapers. Some people get off on like being like adult babies. Look it up.
Yeah, I've seen them on a few things.
My Strange Addiction.
Yeah, but that's like one out of like maybe it's not like, you know, just like
there's an entire
I don't like fucking in the ass.
For every crazy
diaper sex.
Fucking in the ass. That's like first base for teenagers. That's how teenagers shake hands these days. That's nothing.
Honestly, if I was going to fuck someone in the ass, I would, or if someone was going to fuck me in the ass, I'd want them to be like 15.
Me too. Me too. No, the thing is, so anyway, I realized my friend is like probably for years has been telling people I like to wear diapers.
But why did he tell people that? Did he confuse you with somebody else?
No, there's two possibilities. One, he was just really drunk and he just heard that. Or two, I was just joking with him and forgot to tell him I was joking. Anyway, I don't know. But so to get back to this story, this lady is like, my friends left me and can you tell me how to get to the city zoo?
On her bike. So she stopped
on
biking
her bike,
to
and
ask
she's like,
this.
there's some weirdos around here. And I'm like, yeah, I know, it's kind of weird, but you'll be fine.
Hold on, she's biking to the zoo.
Her friends left her. She seemed kind of irritated. So I'm like, okay, well,
why did her friends leave her?
Because I'll tell you, because she's a bitch. That's why her friends left her. She's like, I just started biking with these guys and they left me. And she was like being a bitch already to me. And so like as I'm trying to give her directions, I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm really bad at directions. I'm trying to give her directions. I realized that she is looking at me and reevaluating the weirdo with the beard and the chihuahua. And now she's deciding I'm like some weird river guy. Like she's in trouble or something. Like now, like I'm going to try something. You know what I mean?
Was she
like,
pretty?
She was, I couldn't tell. She was all covered in lycra. She had like muscles. She was like an athlete, but she just was like, no, she wasn't pretty. She was like, she seemed like a school teacher bitch.
So they all just started biking faster to get rid of her.
Yeah, because she's an asshole. So then this other guy pulls up on his bike in lycra, and she, in the middle of me being like, and then she's like, looks at him and she's like, do you know how to get to the zoo? And didn't say anything to me again, and I walked
The
up.
idea of biking to the zoo, which you have to take several freeways to get, from a riverbed full of homeless people.
Well, the homeless people are a hell of a lot more polite than the fucking lycra-wearing cunts that are patrolling that river. I think it's lycra. Is it called lycra? That stuff they wear, lycra, and the weird bicycle seats with it's like, it's a whole thing. I never got it.
So then what happened?
I cut her throat and pushed her body in the river. I cut her throat and I rubbed the blood all over my face, put on a diaper, and sat with her corpse in the river. It was the best day of my life.
I just thought of something.
What?
My dad knows how to use PayPal.
Oh, sorry. Don't listen to don't anything that you've heard. Listen. Family, friends. Family and friends. Here's the thing.
And now we're getting sponsorship by Sears. We can't do this anymore.
Oh, it's true. Yeah, we got a big announcement. You guys are going to love it. But first, let's just do a little message to our family and friends who might be our family, friends of family members who tuned in to this particular scintillating episode. It's all a big joke, man. Do you think that I really would ever ask Natasha to degrade herself in such a terrible, terrible way as to ask her to remove her pubic hair from her vagina? I would never do that in a million years. It's a comedic device. Not in 100 million years would I ever ask beautiful Natasha Leggero to take a razor and shave the hairs away from her sweet.
Okay, I think that's good.
Guys,
I think that really helped.
that's a joke. We're joking. So if you're, first of all, family folks.
They have the tolerance that like CBS executives
Guys,
have for comedy.
this is like the kid. This is like you guys shouldn't be in here. So bye.
Yeah, remember when you tried to go to parties? That's what the internet is like for our parents. Remember, like your parents would be throwing a party and you'd sneak in and you'd try to like go hang out and they'd be like, "Go back to your room." That's how I feel now with the internet.
Yeah, but for the parents, go to your room.
Yeah, you want to tell your parents to go
to your
back
room.
to their rooms.
Because it's like, I mean, the problem is you can't blame them. They raised you, you know, and they have this idea of you in a certain way. But it's like everyone grows up. Everybody, I mean, I don't. My mom, by the way, could listen to this and wouldn't care. She's seen. I mean, she knows I'm a depraved human.
How does she know that, Duncan?
She spent I was with her during my entire adolescent period. I was blasted on acid in the house, hippie friends coming in and listening to Hair.
Remember she said when you were born they ran out of boy blankets and they had to wrap you in pink?
Oh, great. Now we're really giving away the dirt.
And then you pissed all over everybody?
I pissed on the doctor's face. And I was born on 4/20. I'll see you at the playa, bro. I want to disassemble power structures wherever they may lie.
Why do we call that the playa now?
Burning Man?
Yeah.
It's a playa. It's a big stretch of nothing. Now, I can understand making fun of like dusty, stinky hippies, but how can you get mad at the name of a part of geography?
They make it sound like a place where like...
It's a playa. Like, it's like getting mad that something's called a mountain.
Like Diego Rivera is going to be there painting on the side or something. On like a fishing boat.
Look, it's a guy riding a giant bong bus through.
Yeah.
Get out of here. There's some beauty there.
I do not want to talk about this anymore. So your advice to people to be in the moment.
For in a shitty job?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you one thing.
Plug into the energy.
No, what you do is you start.
Plug your hair dryer in.
Read the count. Here's for everyone who's in a shitty job. This is what you do. Read The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. Start there.
I've never read that.
Great book. Read that book.
Is it on Netflix?
The book is on Netflix. Netflix now has books you can read on TV. Read books on TV. The Count of Monte Cristo.
Do they have an auto-tune version?
Spoiler alert. Count of Monte Cristo is about this guy who gets everything taken away from him, gets thrown in prison, and while he's in prison, he trains himself and learns all these skills and finds out about a treasure and escapes, and then it's just Revenge City, and it's awesome. So when you're in a job, a lot of times there are ways that you can train yourself while you're in that job. You should always just be like thinking about what you love to do and not being in a hurry to get there, and then figure out ways through your job or any spare time you have to start developing these skills. And look at it like somebody trying to get out of prison. Look at it like someone with the patience of a prisoner with a file, slowly filing your way out of the karmic trap that you're in. And give yourself time. Don't be in a rush. Don't let the claustrophobia set in. And then also be in the moment. Invoke the consciousness of the universe. Invoke the momentum of evolution. Allow it to come through you. And then synchronicities will happen that will move you in the right direction. It happens every time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It just works.
I hate doing this job. I'm just kidding.
Do you hate this?
No, I like it. I was kidding.
Well, ow, my back's better. There's a good report.
Your back's better?
Yeah, it's fixed. What's going on?
I was just seeing if I had to wake up at 4 a.m.
Let me see. Let me see that. Sucks having a job, don't it? I don't have to worry about anything. I get to go do a spot tonight.
Why'd you want to see my phone?
Because I thought you were in the middle of some text in the middle
Some
of the
romantic text,
No,
maybe?
not romantic text.
What? I didn't even text anything. I just looked at
I
my phone.
don't know. It's obnoxious.
To look at my phone? I haven't looked at it in like 40 minutes.
Everyone does it, and I do it. But you have to admit, when people are always looking at their phone,
so
it's the most
annoying.
annoying fucking thing.
People do it like...
There's just a knee-jerk reaction to it. I can't help it.
They do it for like 10 minutes sometimes.
I do it. Everyone does it. You're just like, I get into weird periods where like I don't want to do it, and it's got this eye gravity where my eyes just roll down and fixate on nothing.
I know, and if you ask people if it's ever something... I mean, sometimes it is. Like today you were looking at your phone at Trader Joe's and you had that information about Steve Jobs, which was interesting.
Or the earthquake or whatever.
Or the earthquake, but usually it's just like, oh, Paris Hilton's eating a cookie.
Jesus Christ, man. Somebody needs to fucking glue her fingers together so she can't type on that phone.
Why do you subscribe?
Somebody's got to stop her tweets, man. Someone's got to stop her from tweeting. 11 o'clock, make a wish. Oh, God. That happens intermittently. 11 o'clock, make a wish. Like just when she remembers it.
It's not even that. It's 11:11.
You know what I want? I want Paris Hilton to have one bad day. That's what I want. Because every day apparently is the best day she's ever had in her life. And I want to hear her tweet one thing that isn't so great. It can't all be great. There's got to be a moment of darkness in there somewhere, right? Somewhere, Paris. There's got to be. I know she listens to this. I know she's a Lavender Lab.
Paris Hilton is a Lavender.
God, I'd give anything to have Paris Hilton on the Lavender Hour. Jesus, that'd be great. Boy, that'd be great.
I used to have, because I was in a class with her.
Yes.
In an acting class. I should post the picture. I wish I had it. So funny. But anyway, she, so I had her email, and her email, I'm sure it's changed.
Don't give her email out.
No, I don't know what it's at. I just can tell you what it was like Paris 420.
That's my birthday. I gotta meet her.
I don't think it was for your birthday.
She knows my birthday. That's her. She's reminding herself of my birthday. That means she gets stoned all the time. Maybe she's cool, man. We got to get all these fools together. We should get all the people we deride. We got to get Kim Kardashian on the show, Paris Hilton on the show, the members of the Jersey Shore. Ugh. Get them all together and See what they're really like in person. You think they're really like that? Slick?
I think
like
you'd have a hard time finding something to talk about.
I bet you wouldn't. I bet you'd become best friends with Kim Kardashian.
Oh, yeah, right.
I bet you would.
What makes you think that?
Because I bet she's cool.
I bet she's not.
I bet she is.
Bet she's not.
You don't think she's cool. Yeah, you're right. What am I saying? I need to go cut my tongue out. Excuse me.
I mean, doesn't she like...
I'm going to cut my tongue out.
What does she do?
Who the fuck knows? I don't know what those...
She likes makeup and football.
I don't know what they're doing. Those...
And shoes. You know me, I love shoes. Oh, and purses. We can talk about purses.
I love me a purse. Get me a purse. Buy me a nice Coach purse. That's crazy, people getting obsessed with that shit. Shoes and purses. God, that's weird. God, women go nuts, man. There's some weird ladies out there. Shoes, purses, makeup. Makeup's is astounding to me. Makeup is one of the weirdest fucking things of all time. I've never been able to shake how weird makeup is.
Why? People have always had it.
Well, I know, but it's bizarre. First of all, there's a lot of weird things we do as humans. One of them, clothes. The fact that we wear clothes, we're ashamed of our bodies.
We're not ashamed of our bodies.
Yes, people are ashamed of their bodies. Are you kidding? You feel weird when you're naked. I'm not naked right now. We feel weird. Going to a nude beach is weird. Taking your clothes off in front of people you don't know, even at the gym for a moment, it's like, I'm naked in front of strangers. It's fucked up. As a species, we have somehow managed to make ourselves ashamed of the vehicle that carries us around through this dimension. So we put on clothes.
Yeah, but it's
It's
there's
weird.
Like an art to it.
Well, no, but people aren't wearing clothes for art. Some people are, but not most people. Most people are pulling on clothes because they can't go outside naked without getting arrested. If you walk down the street with your body,
where are you going to put your cell phone if you're not wearing clothes?
You wear it on a necklace. A puka shell necklace. Easy. There's an easy answer to that.
I have to pee. And by the way, someone commented that when I say I have to pee, it's because I can't handle how deep it's going.
Oh, fuck that person. Yeah. We're back.
While I was peeing, I thought of chaos magic.
We'll get to that. That's awesome. Let's finish the nudity idea. How that's something that's always been like so shocking to me. That people are afraid if you don't like your body. Many people find wrong things with their body. People don't like to be naked. What is that? How does that serve a purpose?
Well, I'm sure if you went to a nudist colony, you'd find out.
I mean, I don't want to see balls.
Well, what if they had
A what?
a bra?
I definitely don't want to see balls with a bra. That's awful. Yeah, keep wearing clothes, guys. Don't stop that. Well, yeah, so you're in there peeing. And you're thinking about chaos magic. You've been getting into chaos magic, huh? Discordia, that's what it is. Chaos magic.
I don't know anything about it.
The worship of the force of entropy in the universe. Channeling, I don't know if it's entropy. Chaos. Chaos is the root energy of everything.
Entropy is like laziness, right?
Entropy is the thing that makes stuff get messy. It's the force that makes things. There's a very scientific definition for entropy.
What's the opposite of entropy?
Organization.
Is it?
I've always thought that. I think that like you're either entropic or I think it's like you can either, you can get in a state where when you're walking around, you're trying to like pick up a mess in your house. So you get in this state where you're walking around, you see something out of place and you try to put it back into place. So then when you're doing that, you're becoming like a part of the organizational structure of the universe. You're correcting things. You could be that force or you can be the other force where you're in a hurry and you just leave shit scattered around everywhere. And that's the, that's becoming the embodiment of this other force. We're looking at an internet website that's defining chaos magic. We just went outside and we're talking about it.
Have intercourse with a beautiful girl or damn near anything else. Does being a Discordian have any perks?
How do I become a Discordian? If you want in on the Discordian society, then declare yourself what you wish, do what you like, and tell us about it, or if you prefer, don't. There are no rules anywhere. The goddess prevails. You know, I could do all that stuff. Sounds great, but the whole goddess prevails thing, why do you got to say that? Is part of me doing what I want? Can I not use the word goddess prevails?
Who's the goddess?
Okay, we're gonna read to you guys. This is chaos magic. We sorry for the weird jump into this, but we're just gonna start reading things about.
Wait, does this have to do with that pope you were talking? The people who everyone's popes.
You betcha. In fact, you, just like everyone else on Earth, are the Discordian Pope. I've always thought of myself as a pope. The rights of a pope include, but are not necessarily limited to invoke infallibility at any time, including retroactively. I like that. To completely rework the Arisian Church. Done. We're not using the fucking goddess thing anymore. It's over. Not just for me, but for all members. To baptize, bury, and marry with the permission of the deceased. Whatever. To excommunicate, de-excommunicate, or re-excommunicate, and de-re-excommunicate both his, her, it, them, your, our, his, her, it, them, you, are, ourselves, selves, and others, if any. Done. I hereby de-excommunicate everyone. And to perform all, I've done it. Everyone in the Discordian Church has now been de-excommunicated. And to perform all rites and functions deemed inappropriate for a Pope of Discordia. So I, as a Pope of Discordia, insist that you shave your pussy tonight.
You're like the Pope in the pink blanket.
What's that?
You were born in a pink blanket.
That's everyone who's in our cobble wears a goddamn pink blanket.
Does this have to do with heavy metal?
No. I think it's just an absurdist art movement, but I love it. I'm hereby a member of the Church of Discordia. I declare it now.
Is it like Satanism?
No, it's not Satanism. You get to say whatever it is. That's the fun of it. It's not Satanism. Do you want it to be Satanism?
No.
Okay, well then it's not. What are your rules for the church?
Of Discordia?
Yeah.
Can I make up my own rules?
Yeah.
Oh, you just make up your own rules?
It's our cobble. It's our
What do you mean cobble?
It's a cobble. Can you please look up cobble? Because I don't know what that means. Okay.
You're saying that the church that they're saying is do whatever you want.
We're Discordians.
Do it thou wilt shall be the whole of the law.
At this very moment, right now in time, we've officially formed a cobble. I'm a pope. You're a popette. What's your rules?
It's a poppet.
You're a poppet. I've stated my rules. What's yours?
What are your rules? You just
heard
read off that internet.
You heard my rule.
You read off that internet.
I did. I got it off that devil page on the internet. What are your rules?
For our cobble?
Yeah. Cabal. There's a Mortal Kombat character named Cobble.
Cobble.
Yeah.
I don't know that word. My rules?
Yes. I've never seen you take this long to come up with rules. What are your rules?
Shut the cabinets when you're done.
Okay.
Getting cereal.
You're excommunicated.
I don't know. I think it's really nice to try to make people feel that they can be themselves.
Okay, so make people feel they can be themselves. Cobble. A secret political clique or faction. A cobble of dissidents. That's what this is. That's what the bonus episodes are. The Lavender Lads. You're a secret cobble. We're dissidents. People who don't pay don't know about this. While they're listening to the other episodes, while they listen to us ramble about Burning Man, they don't know that in these bonus episodes, we are cooking up a cobble. We're making a cobble and omelet. We're making coblets and popettes. You're all a pope. By the way, I declare as the pope of the sect of the Lavender Hourians that you're all popes. You're all popes.
If you can listen to this, you're a pope.
You're lavender popes. You're no longer lavender lads. You're lavender popes. That's the term for people who tune in to the bonus episodes. Lavender popes. I didn't like lavender lad.
I do.
Lavender popes. You can call yourself a lavender lad if you want. Have fun. Go be a lavender lad with your other lavender lads. And us lavender popes will make our own religions here.
You should probably edit this out.
Why? I ain't editing this out. It's my new mode of being. I'm a devout follower.
I like the idea that you could just create your own thing, though.
We just did.
That's all you got to do?
History just happened. The bells of history are ringing at this moment.
I didn't even say anything.
Yeah, that's how it works. Just like when that guy rescued that kid. At that moment, at this precious moment in history, year one, a force came through us, exploding out into the ship room, and we created our own cobble.
The ship room is where we do the lavender hour.
Yeah, we've got ship paintings around here to represent the great transcendent journey from life into death.
I just thought they looked cool.
That too.
Because the room has wood panels.
The room has wood panels. There's ships everywhere. And it's the birthplace of the new Aeon. It's the birthplace of the Lavender Popes.
That doesn't have a zing to it.
It's got a pretty good zing. Lavender Popes?
But you're not saying anything.
What do you mean?
What's the message?
How the fuck do I know? It's not my job to come up with that. Someone else has to come up with that. I just get to be a pope. I don't want to come up with some dumb religion. I'm not going to do that. I've got shit to edit.
Did I tell you about the pope? Or wait. It wasn't a pope. I'm getting popes and priests mixed up.
Popes are hilarious.
The only pope I've ever seen is that one that just looks like he's got the Jersey bounce.
How about the fact that old Pope Benedict looks creepy as fuck? I've never seen a picture where he didn't look like he hadn't done something awful. He's like the least happy looking person I've ever seen in my life. Even when he's smiling, he seems spooky. That's a spooky son of a bitch, man.
Remember what we were saying yesterday about how you were saying this, that like popes and religious people, they like imagine Jesus like not wanting gay people to have sex.
Oh yeah. That, like Jesus is healing the sick and he looks over and he's like, "Hey guys, psst, get a room."
That's disgusting.
Don't want to see that. I don't need some homos around here while I'm trying to heal lepers. Like he's talking to his friends. He's like, "Man, I love healing lepers and throwing out demons, but why do all these queers got to be around when I do it? It sucks." Dude, man. God damn it, man. Fucking walked on water today, and then when I got to the other side, I saw a dude kiss another dude. Gross! Fucking gross! Yeah, that's a really weird thing that I'll never understand. I'll never understand that. These lunatics, that lunatic Bachman, all of them, they're out of their minds. Yeah, what we were saying is, if somebody believes that if somebody believes that they're talking to a God that is against gay marriage, that they have a direct communication with this God, and the God tells them things to do, they're allowed to do that. They're allowed to think that, but they should not have control of a nuclear arsenal. That's the thing. They shouldn't be president. Because there's two possibilities. Possibility number one, the most likely possibility, they're idiots. They're insane Looney Tunes. And of course they're not talking to some super powerful force that doesn't want primates to kiss primates with the same genitals. Whoever they want.
Who cares who people kiss?
So that's possibility one.
How can that be something fueling your candidacy? That you don't want certain people to kiss?
But let's talk about possibility two. Possibility two is there really is some supernatural force in the universe that doesn't like gay people. And they are the servants of this force. If that's the case, then we should be killing them. We should be imprisoning them. We should be putting them in jail. And then we should be fighting the force. We should find out where the force is. What is this force? Can we fight it? What hurts this force?
Like God really...
Let's go to war with God. Let's just do it. Let's go to war with God. Let's go to war with Michelle Bachmann's God. Let's wage a war against Jesus. I want to wage a war against Bachmann's Jesus. I want to storm into whatever weird fascist paradise those homophobes are spending eternity and just pull a Libya. Go into God's secret compound and dance around in his hats. That would be fun. Fucking repave the streets of heaven with rainbow-colored bricks. Woohoo! I'm sick of this fucking Bachmann bitch. Talk about judge. That's who you should be judging. Why don't you shine the light of hate on that fucking death witch? Why don't you shine the light of hate on that blaspheming beast? Our religion hates Bachmann. The Lavender popes.
The Lavender lads can become our purple popes.
I hereby curse Michelle Bachmann.
Call on all the purple popes, darling.
The purple popes. That's good. Purple popes. We purple popes. I don't know. Fuck Bachmann. And her weird... Have you seen that picture of her sucking on a corn dog?
No, can we put that on Go Deeper?
Yeah, we'll put it on Go Deeper. Check out lavenderhour.com. Go to Go Deeper, and there's this creepy picture of her with her eyes rolled back, delivering fellatio to a corn dog. It's creepy. It is, yeah. She's like, her old withered face all covered in makeup, and she's like sucking that thing with her eyes rolling back in her head. Look at that.
Ew.
Look at that. Kind of half in. Oh, God. It's scary to look at that. That's scary. That's scary. If you ever were looking down at her actually doing that to you,
She wears a lot of makeup.
Yeah, she does. That's what crazy people do. They put on makeup. They put on too much makeup. They want to cover their face. They don't like their face. She does not like the face God gave her. She wants to cover it in makeup. She doesn't like the face that her homophobic, destructive, alien, H.P. Lovecraft style supernatural force that she worships she does not like the face it gave her.
Wouldn't it be cool if like couples could become president?
That would be fucking cool. Why can't that happen?
I don't know.
That's interesting. Why can't there be team presidents?
Well, that's what kings and queens were, right?
Yeah. Why do you only get one president? Why can't there be a team?
Well, because the reality is that her husband will be president too.
Oh my God. It's almost worth it. I'm going to vote for her. I hereby declare that the purple popes shall vote for Michelle Bachmann in the name of chaos. Why not? That's going to be hilarious. To have those fucking weirdos I want to hear them give a press conference. I want to hear the State of the Union address delivered by a homophobe. I take it back. I don't want that. Don't vote for her, guys. Please don't. Start your own cabal and vote for her. God, Jesus, man. That's a spooky picture. She's like the Wicked Witch of... So spooky. She's just chomping on that thing.
I've never eaten a corn dog.
Bullshit.
Never.
Bullshit.
Never.
Bullshit.
Never.
Stop it.
I remember in school they would make them like every Friday, and I would always opt out. The smell of them would make me just gag.
Can we cut to a commercial? Don't lie. Don't lie to the purple popes. We know you've had a corn dog.
I had the worst lunches.
You grew up in Rockford. You had a corn dog.
No, I didn't eat them, Duncan.
So you're saying you've had access to corn dogs.
They were I had to eat school lunches, which was terrible. Remember when did anyone go to a school where they didn't even have hot school lunches? Like I had to have cold school lunches. It was like a wet bologna sandwich, like an orange that was cut in half. And then once a week they'd make us corn dogs.
Oh, I remember it. Sure, I remember school lunches.
I remember asking my friend if her mom would pack me a lunch too.
Yeah, I didn't. I ate school lunches.
Ugh.
What was it, $1? My school lunches cost $1. You would give $1 and you get this tray of slop.
Remember, like, where you have to sit at the cafeteria? Like,
That was important.
yeah.
Where you sit, it's a hierarchical thing. Where you sit determines who you are. You sit with your friends.
But I remember when the 7th graders, a few 7th graders would get to eat with the 8th graders.
And it was a big deal. That was a big deal. God, what a mess. Poor kids. God, I feel sorry for kids in that shit system. Eating corn dogs and tater tots and sloppy joes, and all you got to look forward to is your shitty science class where some guy who doesn't believe in evolution tells you about crazy shit. There are science teachers who think that the earth is like 6,000 years old. Do you know that? There are people teaching science to our children who think that the earth is 6,000 years old.
I went to a Catholic grade school.
God.
Every time I asked a question, I got sent out in the hall.
We got to wake up.
This was before my dancing days.
This is before they sent you in the hall to dance. Catholic.
This was just being sent in the hall because I asked a question. Like, I really wanted to know, like, are Adam and Eve, were they real people? Go sit out in the hall.
How dare you, Adam and Eve were real people. Of course they were real people. Of course they were. 6,000 years ago, Adam and Eve walked through a garden and ate fruit that turned them into sinners. It's original sin. There's people teaching science classes to your kids right now who believe that.
What do you think homeschool's like?
You're making paper airplanes and origami and, I don't know, playing like Commodore 64 games. I remember homeschool kids. I remember meeting homeschool kids. My mom took me up to like some part of North Carolina where it was like all super hippies, and I met these homeschool kids, and they're really smart. Like right away you recognize they're like 30 times smarter than you. I'm just some dumb idiot bully. I don't know what I'm doing. I like brought my Nintendo. I had to stay with these hippies for a few days, so I like brought my...
Your mom dropped you off with some hippies.
She was friends with them, and they were really fucking cool, but I was too dumb to realize how cool they were. One of them had a workshop, and I swear to God, this guy was really cool. His name was Buzz. He was a hippie, and he had this workshop, and he made these beautiful jewelry out of wood, and this was like out in the middle of nowhere. They had like, it was like they were like true hippies, and they were living life in nature, and he had this workshop where I made this beautiful jewelry, and a bird got into the workshop, and I swear to God, he put his finger out, and the bird got on his finger, and he carried the bird outside. Like hippie Jesus. Like the bird was like, I trust Buzz.
Did you ever tell that story about that other woman that your mom dropped you off at their house?
When I almost got molested.
When she wanted to see your penis?
Fucked it up. Fucked up getting molested. Could have gotten molested, man.
What happened?
Well, my mom dropped me off at this lady's house, and
what was her name?
I can't remember. I really can't remember, but I remember she looked like a banana. She wasn't attractive. She had a banana head, like this weird deep double chin, and like she had like blonde hair and like was fat, and like, she had a cool house or whatever. And then I was sitting on the couch next to her.
How old were you?
I don't remember, but I was old enough to be horny. So
like 12.
I don't know. I don't know.
Were you in high school?
No.
Oh.
I was in college.
No.
No, I was in high. No, I was young. It was inappropriate what happened. I mean, it was like really inappropriate, but I didn't even realize it was inappropriate to years later. Some people don't know they've been molested.
Wait, so you've been sitting on the couch?
Before I tell you this story, I think I've told you this story before, but we had a friend who was sitting with all of us, and he's like, and he said, I can't remember exactly how he said it. It's like, yeah, man, like when your mom holds your balls when you can't sleep. And we were like, what? And he's like, yeah, when I couldn't sleep, my mom would come in and cut my balls in her hands, and it helped me go to sleep. And it was just this weird silence. And then someone's like, you were molested. He didn't even know that was weird. He thought everybody's moms cup their balls. Oh, having problems sleeping, honey? Here, let me cup your balls in my hand. How's that a solution? Oh, now I can sleep. How does that help you sleep? Anyway.
So you're sitting with the banana on the couch.
I'm sitting with this banana head. And she's like, she starts talking about pee-pees. What about your pee-pee, Duncan? I still remember her voice. Do you have a small pee-pee? And
where was the friend? Was she a babysitter?
she's a babysitter. And
Okay.
at that point,
Oh my God.
if I'd wanted to get molested, I could have been like, I don't know. Why don't you tell me if I have a small pee-pee or not? And then I would have been molested.
I just imagine you guys over tea, and she's trying to steer the conversation to pee-pees.
Pee-pees. What an old bag. What an old witch. What an old banana bag. What a horny old banana bag wants to see some kid's cock. You're really
So what
asking
did you say?
I ignored the question. I don't remember what I said. I mean, I'm sure I was insecure because if you're a kid, you probably have a small pee-pee. But
I remember this guy who my mom was friends with. She wasn't really friends with him, but we knew him. And he picked me up, and I had this white dress on. And he picked me up, so it was like you could see my boobs, kind of. And he was like, I really like your dress. But I didn't even have boobs yet.
what a perv. These fucking assholes.
But you know it's wrong. Like, I just remember thinking, like, that was wrong.
Yeah, that was bad. That was a bad moment. I mean, I guess I thought it was wrong, but in retrospect, I think I felt like I blew an opportunity.
I just saw these Dakota Fanning ads. You thought you blew an opportunity? To
Yeah.
what?
To experience a blowjob.
You think she would have given you a blowjob?
I don't know, but it was right when I was finding out about sex. And I mean, it's like when you're a young...
Were you horny when she asked you?
I don't remember.
Well, there's these new Dakota Fanning. Maybe she's not a child anymore. She must be old. But I thought she was like a girl. But she's like sitting in a dress, and there's like this pink perfume bottle like right in her crotch with like a flower coming out of it. That's like just made for people to jerk off to.
Yeah, we sexualize our children. We don't care about it. But then if you point that out, people are like, no, it's art.
Yeah.
Every pedophile's a photographer. You know? They all want to take snapshots. They all want to take pictures like it's art. It's fucked up, man.
I was looking through Vogue today, the September issue. And it's all ads. But there's a lot of shit pictures. There must be just like, you know how there's like bad comedians? There must be a lot of bad photographers.
Can I just point out something really quick? How weird it is that if you have a camera and you ask a girl to take her clothes off, it's totally normal. But if you don't have a camera and ask a girl, you're a fucking pervert. Got a camera. It's cool. Totally cool. See this camera? Would you mind wearing underwear and just like rolling around on the bed? I'm just going to take some pictures.
You're right. Every perv has a fucking
I'm an
camera.
erotic photographer. Erotic photographer is a perv.
No, photographer.
Most photographers, they all want to get you down in your fucking boxers and snap shots.
What's wrong? Why you gotta wear clothes, bro?
Let go. Wearing clothes, walking around naked's one thing. But being in some like weirdo's apartment and he's like got his camera and some greasy guy's apartment, he's got his camera and is like convinced dolts to strip down so he can snap shots of their tits. And they think they're doing art. I mean, I'm not saying there aren't art photographers who are excellent at taking shots.
I bet every city's got one of those slime balls.
One? It's
No,
millions.
like small cities.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, like
Yeah.
every city in America has like the one guy who's kind of like artistic.
Well, it's a trick.
Who like will never leave the town, but like he gets all the girls coming up in high school who are kind of like into like cool stuff or fashion, or anyone who's like
God, I'd love to take pictures of you.
a nymph.
God, I'd love to take some pictures of you. What's your name? My God, you're beautiful. Look, is there any way that I could do a shoot with you? That's in a bar. That conversation happens 7 times a night in every bar in Los Angeles. Here's my card. You're beautiful. Check out my website. I do erotic photography. I know. I just want to take shots of you because you're beautiful. I just think you're beautiful. You do what you do and let me know. It's like a adult molester. Okay, well, all right, I gotta go. So, God bless you, Lavender Purple Popes and Lavender Lads. A religion was formed tonight. Thank you so much for paying for this episode. See you on Monday.
Ciao, ciao.